Good morning! Oh, attention everybody. The views and opinions expressed on the show are not necessarily those of Acts Ministry, Acts Media Group, and or their affiliate and subordinate ministries and or nonprofits.
May not be suitable for children.
Some of the content on these shows may not be suitable for children to watch without guidance. Are you playing the music?
Yeah.
All right. Good morning! Coming to you live from Acts Media Group headquarters here in beautiful Springfield, Missouri. It's The Morning Drive with Matt and Jay with your hosts, Matt and Jay. And we're by ourselves today. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Jay?
Jay?
All right, so we're going to undo the music.
So
Tell us if you heard the music.
Well, we're getting ready to hear it. You did hear it.
We did.
We're working on stuff. So good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
We're glad to have everybody on board with us today.
Yeah.
So today's topic. What can man do to me?
Yes.
Man
Nothing.
ain't nothing compared to our Lord and Savior. What'd you just do?
Drop the mic.
Don't drop
That's it right there. Nothing.
Nothing.
Show's over.
Show's over. No mas, amigos. All right. Share to my timeline. Share to my story.
YouTuber.
I just wish this thing would let me do a watch party. So people probably, I don't know, I probably shared too much.
You probably shared too much?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what about me? Didn't stop me from sharing.
Well, I'm talking about sharing
The happy
a
hour.
watch.
Live?
What do you mean? Did
I
you not
didn't-
change the...
I did not change it. This is not the happy hour, ladies
This is
and gentlemen.
this is the morning drive.
This is the morning drive.
But now you can go on there and fix it right now, Jay.
Huh?
You can go on there and edit the title right now on the YouTube.
I'm going to like and share it
You're gonna like and share it. Share and like it.
so people can still watch us.
Yes, people can still watch us. There we go. All right.
So
See
how
if
did we, where did the time go?
What do you mean?
Somebody's here.
Probably.
Hello?
We got Jaden Laborde and Jody Meyer and Mark. It's Mark.
Hello?
Oh, I see some dogs. We got some dogs going up.
It must be the Labords.
Make yourself at home. Got the whole crowd in there. What's happening? It's happening. We
Good
are
morning.
we are live. We're just working on some stuff. We got it. It's a little different in here. You can say hi.
Hi, Jody.
Oh man.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's what I want to do with that camera right there. Since it's here, whenever we can actually operate it from like right here, and just hit it and like point it to the door. Whoever's standing at the door.
Yeah.
Who's at the
Don't you
door?
already have a camera that you can access that you can watch people come in?
I can, but it doesn't go on the thingamajigger, my bobber. Good morning, Larry Melton.
Good morning, Larry.
Larry Melton, great
So I'm
guy.
going to go on here and change this like I'm supposed to.
There's no watch party. What in the world? Makes me angry. So far, Larry Melton is watching with you. Larry Melton, good morning, my friends. And Larry Melton, hello. So today, what can God do to me? And the reason why we did that was because of the scripture of the day, which, that's Bible Gateway, right? It's Bible Gateway. Psalms 118, verses 5 and 6, I called on the Lord in distress, and the Lord answered me and set me in a broad place. The Lord is on my side. I will not fear. What can man do to me? A man can do nothing to you, comparatively speaking. You know, it's like say, hey, we need to be more afraid of the one who has control over our eternal soul. You know,
I'm sure Dr. Paul is having a fit about how my grandma.
your grandma.
What can man do to me? I have what, man, and me capitalized, and the rest of it is in
It's a
lowercase.
title. It's a title.
But I don't know if that's right. I just don't know. It's because I
Sounds
have
like we
not
got
mastered the English language.
Sounds like we got someone tuning
Not
up in
writing it
there.
anyway.
Yeah,
Doesn't it make you want to play?
it does.
It does,
Always wants
bro.
to make- it always wants to make me play.
It wants to make you play.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to play? 'Cause
So
play is
Friday,
good.
I had like a horrible like panic attack,
so
anxiety
play-
attack.
Is good.
Play is good.
So Friday, what now?
So last Friday, for those of you who didn't tune in, I had a horrible panic attack in the morning. That morning, I actually had to get up and go and splash like water on my face and pace back and forth.
You had to
and
leave
stuff.
the show live. You had
Yeah.
to exit.
I had to exit.
Stage left.
Stage left. That actually would be stage left. Actually, to them, it's
Front of house left.
yeah. So stage left to them, looking at it from the outside, is stage right, or is
Anyway, he had to exit.
I had to exit.
Some way, in which way he did.
Oh man, it was rough. That was rough.
It was rough. I'm sure the dogs know all about that.
They probably do. I'm pretty
The
sure their
dogs know
owners know a
what's
lot
rough.
about that too. Anxiety is a real deal. And well, you know, when I was sitting there, like last night, I was telling you, I worry about other people's well-being and stuff,
Yeah.
and my own. You know, I'm a hypochondriac. Apparently, news to me.
What?
Yeah, WebMD says I'm dying. So, I mean, don't look at WebMD for anything,
Don't look at it.
because it is always worst case scenario. But good morning, Susan Burrows. So yeah, what can man do to me? Nothing. I mean, they can kill me. A man can kill me.
Yes.
That's it.
Well,
Man-
let's look at the rest of that scripture.
Yeah.
See what else is there.
Yeah. Let's see what else is
Because
there.
there's a lot.
Yeah.
We know that.
There's a lot. We do know that.
Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. This we should do.
Yes.
What should we give thanks for?
Everything.
Yes.
You know, our pastor, when we used to go to First Baptist, he said, if you were, okay, could you imagine that if you, okay, so in the hypothetical here is,
It's
or
to get in the right
theoretical.
mindset, because thankfulness is thankful to God, is what we're talking about.
Yes.
And so if you were to thank God for things, sometimes you're like, because our focus tends to be on what needs to be done and what the troubles are, because those are the things that need work.
Yeah.
So
If you
it's
woke
hard
up
to
the
all
next
of a sudden
morning,
switch over and say, okay, well, what doesn't need to be done because we've already got it done.
Yeah.
And it's good, right? You
Yeah.
don't need to focus on those things.
no.
They take
But he
care of
said,
themselves.
what if you woke up when you woke up in the morning every day, you no longer have what you didn't thank God for the next day or the day before? He said, because you never thank you God
Pot
for
to cook in.
thank you God for toilet paper, and he did that before the toilet paper scare of 2019,
Yeah.
or the toilet paper shortage.
Hey, a pot to cook in, which comes before the toilet paper.
Yes,
First,
because
you need a pot to cook in.
and then you also need a pot to
To
yeah. Preferably not,
different kind of pot.
preferably not the same pot.
Preferably not the same pot. Oh, boy.
That'd be pretty bad.
Whoa.
But I'm just saying, you want to have a
Because
pot
he is
either
good.
way. He is good.
And he's provided us with a purpose, meaning in our life, in that we have work to do in his name that is rewarding and satisfying, and it's helpful
His
to our
mercy endures
communities,
forever.
helpful to the people around us,
Hi, Jana.
because his mercy endures.
Jody.
Forever.
Good to see you on there.
Hello, everybody. Good morning.
Jody Meyer sitting in the foyer. That would be I guess the lobby over there.
Is it Mark? Is Mark here?
It's Mark here. Yep, that's Mark.
He's the silent type, the strong silent
He
type.
is. He's like
you
their
know what it is?
bodyguard.
See, he's still brooding and pouting about the
Oh, we knew this was coming.
the great sandwich debacle of 2020.
Was it 2020?
Was
I thought
it
it was
19?
2019.
It was 19.
No,
Right.
it was 2000.
So he's suffering with that great
Was
loss.
it 19 or 20?
For 2 years now.
It was 20.
Was it 20? A year.
So a year.
So
Yeah.
a year.
Little over a year. You know who had the hardest reaction to it?
It was Jim whining.
Jim
Boy, did he suffer.
refused to accept the fact that your little Italian sandwiches beat his big German Garfunkel, whatever it is. That thing was massive.
Yeah.
He had like 20 pickles on this thing, like 10 pounds of like corned beef. It was very, very German.
It was good.
It was a German
It was
Italian
a good sandwich.
sandwich. It was a good sandwich.
It was good.
You know, you could slice it like bread and eat like one piece of it and get a whole entire meal.
Yes.
I had just started my health and wellness program when that happened. I
I
remember.
mean, you think sometimes a sandwich is hard to get your mouth around. This one was hard to get your mind around.
It's hard to get your
It was
hands
so
around.
big.
I had to put my belt on it before I could take a bite out of it.
Yeah.
You know, to keep it from falling apart.
Cinch that thing together.
And then
Squeeze it down.
yours was the chef looked at yours and said, he was the only one that said, those look amazing. But apparently he likes Italian sandwiches. But you went the whole nine. You spent like, what, 50
$50.
$50 on this
Yeah.
stuff? And here I'm making grilled cheese with
I have a
Asiago
sponsor for my
cheese
napkin
and
next sandwich, too.
strawberry jam. It was
Yeah.
good. It was really good.
It was good, actually.
I could only have a little tiny piece of
All
it.
the sandwiches were good.
They were all delicious.
They were all good.
You know, except for Jim's. No, just kidding. That was a
Except for
joke.
Jim's.
It was good. Just giving you a hard time, Jim.
Yeah, Jim.
We only say that because we're
he even
jealous
listening?
that you are in South
We
Padre
got
Island
a
right now.
donation for the microphones for opening the second studio. So now we're
Nice.
$250 short of the rest of the equipment that we need in order to set it up.
Yep. This is exciting.
That is exciting.
We're going to have a second studio up and running here before you know it.
Before you know it.
Yep. We're going to get Jaden and her group in there, her family in there, so we can like, hey, take it
'Cause
away,
those
Jaden.
microphones
Beep.
are
and there
good for
it's going to be
somebody-
poof. There you are.
To where they're lapel mics, but two of them, so it's two sets of mics that have been donated for.
Lapel mics.
The lapel mics, and one of them is more of a tight pattern for just an interview where you just want the person's voice, and then one of them is a wider pattern that picks up an instrument.
Oh,
so a
okay.
person can play an instrument and sing.
So like Jaden
and
would
this will pick
wear
up- right.
a lapel mic.
Yes.
I'm going to start calling them lapel mics just because I can.
Lapels.
She's saying hi.
Hi.
This looks almost identical,
morning.
except for, we got some new equipment we're going to be working on.
I've been listening to your music in my car. You have a Christmas one that is my new favorite song. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's track 6.
She wants a hippopotamus for Christmas. Do you do that one?
Yeah, does she? Do you?
She's got a Christmas CD. in her-
So I can tell
Okay.
which song it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we got Jaden Laborde is going to be on Steve Mickey Mac's
Steve's show,
today.
which is Brighter Living Live. Look for it. Wait for it. Yeah,
Do we need to hold that
the
closer?
Christmas I
before
like
we-
best. Yeah, there was one that was kind of jazzy or.
Ain't that just like Christmas?
Yes, love it.
That's Mom's favorite.
Yeah.
Is it Mom's favorite?
Yeah, that's the one. 9. That was it.
9 is no in German.
Yeah, good stuff. But they were all good. And then the classics blew me away. You are fantastic, young lady.
Larry Melton says, "Yeah, you are fantastic. We look forward to
And
seeing."
then I
you."
listened to your
I always love
original. I
seeing
have
your
some
smiling
favorites on
faces.
it. Yeah.
You smile a lot. I'm pretty sure that there are
'Cause she's
times that
happy.
we
she
don't
has the
smile.
joy of the Lord.
Yeah, the joy of the Lord
Yes.
is my strength.
I wonder, do you ever speak like a speaking type role?
Like
With your music?
public speaking.
Do you ever give testimony or anything? No, it's just the music.
Does
The
she-
music's out front and you're fading into the background. You're just the pretty face.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to sing without a guitar in front of you? You ever had to sing without a guitar in front of you?
Yeah.
Have
It's
you?
nerve-wracking, isn't it?
It really is because you have something protecting you.
That's our shield. Yeah.
It's like,
Isn't that great? That's interesting.
Well, I mean, if you want to sit down, we can turn your mic on.
Will we get in trouble with Steve?
Well, I'll talk to the station manager about it.
Ah,
You can take it up
we'll
with
have
him.
different things.
Yeah. So Larry Melton, I like your idea. He says it's time for a cooking show, and then the next
is time for
hour
a cooking-
have an exercise
Wherever
show.
you like.
That way you don't have to climb over a bunch of stuff.
I'll sit next to
Sit next to Jay.
Good morning, Jaden. So good to see you. It's always a pleasure.
You want to go ahead and pull that mic to you there?
There we go.
How's she sounding?
All right, there we go. I cannot hear myself.
You cannot hear yourself.
No, I cannot.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, she needs to go up a little. Testing 1, 2.
1, 2, 3. There we
There,
go.
that's
Here I
better.
am. I'm here now.
Yeah.
She's so soft spoken.
I'm sorry. I
Soft-spoken.
can't help it.
Yeah.
That's all right.
That's good.
Like my
I
you know,
sing with a louder voice.
yeah, and Tanner is like the complete opposite. Like his voice
know.
carries like a mile away.
Yeah.
And then when he sings, he's a little bit raspy.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta. Oh, we need to. You want to back up of the image because all we're
Oh,
seeing
yeah,
is
that's
like
right.
like the front of her face there, and that's it.
There. There you are.
Replying to Michael. Who do we got? Michael. Is that Michael or Michelle? There you go. Nice. So welcome to the show.
Yeah. As always.
At least this time we knew y'all were coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you guys showed up. The last time we saw you was over at the other studio,
Yep.
which we are no longer there. We are no longer, to be clear, our officers are no longer at the Plaza Towers.
So don't look
Michael
for us
Scott
there
Phillips.
because we are not there.
You're
Right.
here.
Oh,
We're
Michael says, Michael Phillips says, it's not so bad if you're singing vocals with a choir. That's true, because usually there's someone standing in front of you.
Yeah.
And see, I was a choir boy growing up. I mean, most teenagers and stuff was playing football and dating cheerleaders, and I was donning choir robes and going to competition. I mean, choir was like my life. That's all I did. I eat, breathe, slept, drank, choir. I mean, there's the main reason I went to school to learn. But I was pretty big into choir.
When we had the studio at home, he was his own choir.
Yeah.
You should have heard. He
Yeah, we
how
did
many
track
parts?
over track.
Harmonies.
It was 3-part harmony, but with multiple. We'd sing it each part multiple times.
Yeah.
Did
I know
you
how
add
that
parts
is.
later to some music?
I never
you were
did the
listening?
harmonies. It was my producer.
Did
that
you do
the
any
harmonies.
fill-in or anything like that while you listened to the track, singing a part into it? I can't wait till you do that. It's going to be fun.
Well, see, we were still learning about the recording software,
Yeah.
and we did literally track over track over track. We did 16 different tracks.
Yeah.
Four parts, we did 3 parts. The high, medium, and low harmonies on "Amazing Grace." My chains are gone.
Ooh,
Right.
I love that song. Yeah.
And I would sing each part 4 times and record it. So that way, because we tried
Singing harmony to each part.
yeah, we tried offsetting each one to make it sound like
Yeah.
so we could just like copy it and then offset it just barely, and it still didn't sound right. It sounded like 16 people singing this song, and they were all me.
Right.
So we get down to the last one, right, and something happened. I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember either.
It was
We
in the
lost
saving. We lost it.
Oh, the whole computer seized up because we had too much memory used up on the
Yeah.
Oh, no.
yeah.
and we lost it.
Because
Yeah,
it
we
was
lost
recording it to like the drive that holds the operating system.
How many hours did we spend on that? Like 16 hours?
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
it was more than
It
that.
was more than that.
But the funny thing is that when we first started to do it, he would listen to his own voice and
Oh,
then
yeah.
sing in to insert
yeah.
a new track of harmony.
So he'd be listening to one track by itself, and it would just be, that's.
Because
Yeah.
he's anticipating his part coming up,
Yeah.
listening to what he had already recorded.
I didn't even realize I was doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and so I started playing that.
It's pretty cool stuff. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. And then sometimes we'd listen to things back on like really slow, like more
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I know how that is.
Yeah.
Sometimes sound like a robot, too.
Yeah.
Did you
yeah.
do that? Have you done that too?
Yeah.
With your own voice?
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you record anything at home?
No, I haven't recorded anything at home.
You just practice and write and
Yeah.
so what's your home like? It must be pretty cool with music all the time. huh?
Horses.
Definitely horses.
Horses.
I'm expecting a new foal on Valentine's Day, actually.
Foals are baby horses.
Baby horses. Yes.
It's a baby horse.
Baby horsies,
Yeah.
as you would call it. They're not ponies. They're little.
No.
They're baby horsies. Because ponies are small, full grown, and they are grumpy. Most ponies
Hey,
are grumpy.
my rocket wasn't. He was my boy.
And sometimes you get a good one, but most ponies generally
They're ornery.
are grumpy little, just meanies.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had one. My niece had one growing up, and she called her Beauty. This was the ugliest
Oh.
thing I've ever seen. Because we found her, and then whoever had her didn't take care of her at all. She was really
Yeah.
old, and she had like the hoofs.
Ooh, yeah.
And I tried to get on her and ride her one time. and she bucked me off. It wasn't very far to fall, so it was pretty much. I hopped up there, and then she kind of bumped me off, and I just kind of hopped right back off. But she was so mean, so mean.
I was trying to train one of my neighbor's ponies, and when you got on her, the thing that she would do was sit down. She would sit down and just stay there. She sat on our round pen panel, and she just stayed there until we got off, and then she got back up and walked around.
I saw a video of this horse that would play dead every time.
My mom was laughing at that yesterday.
Yeah, was she?
Yeah.
That was on Facebook, I
Yeah.
think. And this horse, anytime someone got on it, it would flop
Yep.
over on the side. It's like, my dad had a horse he used to call Colonel Butthole was his horse's name. He was in Appaloosa.
Oh,
And yeah, and if somebody didn't know what they were doing and he knew it, he would get his bluff in like right away.
yep.
Like he would just start walking and he'd go walk towards the barn. They're trying to
What are you doing, horsey?
They're trying
Over
to-
here.
pull his neck away and turn him around, and he'd just pretend like they weren't even on his back. He'd go into a stall and just stand there. Someone's kicking him, and he's just like, he looks mean. But he was actually a really, really good horse.
Yeah.
And that was,
They have
Oh.
character.
Colonel, yeah, oh yeah. They definitely have the
Yeah.
character of a mule. Most
I used to have
Appies
an
do.
Appaloosa. She's the one who broke my arm, actually.
I mean, that's a general trait
Yeah.
of the Appaloosa is they're stubborn like a mule. And they have the first time I got on the horse by myself, Dad was supposed to walk him around, right? To get me used to it. So I get up there and I'm holding on to the reins. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm ready. He goes, okay. And he let go of it. He said, tell him to go. I was like, you were supposed to. He said, just tell him to go. I finally got my bluff in on him. But he's that type of horse that when you ride him out anywhere close to home, or if they remember or they know they're headed
The
back
barn
towards the
sour.
barn, and then it's hard to hold him back.
Yeah.
He was like that. One time he just said, the heck with it. I was riding on the back with Dad, and he just dropped down, just sat there.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
on, how they drop halfway down. And
Yeah.
They're
They're sitting there.
yeah. And
don't
then
wanna
when we
do
got
this
off of
anymore.
him, he got up.
I don't want to do this anymore. Get
Nope.
off me.
We thought maybe he
Free
was
rides are over.
dehydrated or something like that. We give electrolytes to the horses on trail rides and stuff. They have little electrolyte bars that are really good for
Yeah,
them.
it's always good to give them at least half a scoop of grain before a trail ride.
But with our horses, it couldn't be too rich. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, they get really, really hyper. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah. We know how that is.
you never got to meet my Rosie girl. That horse was so awesome. She was a Tennessee Walker.
Ooh.
And she was pretty young when I got her. And I'd already tried this one horse. The guy's like, "Oh, he's gentle as could be." He was just gilded a year ago. He's 15 years old, and he was a stud horse. I was like, that don't sound like that's going to be a calm horse.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, this particular person had given this horse a sedative or something.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people like that.
We finally got the horse home, and then he went nuts.
Yep.
Absolute nuts. So then we couldn't get him loaded. We had to use the trailer door and the fence,
Yeah.
and then the barn, the fence gate
Yeah.
as a loading chute to finally get him in there. Took him back. Well, he had her saddled up, and somebody had just came over and was just messing around with her. So I hopped up on her, rode around the pen a couple times, and I'm like, man, this horse is nice. I just got back into horseback riding after like 15 years
Wow.
of not riding, so I was pretty scared. She was nervous too, but afterwards I got off of her and I reached up under her chin and went to pat her on the side of her head and on her neck. She closed her eyes and laid her head on my shoulder, and I was like, "Yeah, you're coming home with me."
Yeah.
So we went on our first trail ride. Her and I was Barkay, and they had
Oh man,
that's-
that's like one of the worst places to go.
yeah, and they hadn't been keeping up with their trails.
They really never do.
But this was worse than normal. I mean, and that first incline, it's like
Yeah.
a couple miles worth of a.
Yeah, we were going down in those cliff rocks. We were going down some of those, and Mom's horse actually slipped and fell, and like it was bad. Like he could hardly walk the rest of the time we were there, and we were there for like a week.
Are you cold?
Yeah, I am.
I'll turn the heater on a little bit.
It'll heat up. It'll heat up pretty quick now.
We got more body.
See how I come prepared.
Well, I have a jacket out there, but I was expecting it to be warm, and that's my farm jacket.
Well, you know, you can
So-
hear this
Is it
really
dirty?
well.
Is it a dirty, beat-up jacket?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
I will have to say that if you were riding horse for the first time, Barquet is probably not the best place to go.
Definitely not. Probably
and-
Compton Hollow. Compton Hollow is a really flat space.
And make sure that your stirrups are adjusted properly, because
Yes.
if they are not,
Make sure
you
you,
will
have
not be able to walk.
Make sure you have an experienced rider with you too, because if
Yeah.
something happens, you want someone experienced there with you just in case.
Yeah, and I had that. I had that relationship with my horse where, like, if she saw something she didn't like, she would stop, and she'd look back.
Like, is it?
They
is
don't
it
have
safe?
to look.
Is
They
it
don't have to
safe?
look back at you very far because horses have really,
Yep.
really good peripheral vision. And I say, it's okay. Go ahead, baby. You can do it. And then she'd start to go.
They just
Love
trust
that
their
horse.
owners. They
Yeah.
trust their people.
She was so amazing. She would meet me at the corner of the field every morning. She'd see my truck coming down the road, and she would meet me there. Not for grain or anything like that.
Just to say hi.
Just to say hi. Man, I loved that horse. And she was used to me. So when other people got on her that didn't know quite her
Yeah.
personality, were a little bit too forceful with her, it kind of,
There's a lot of horses who
kind of ruined her.
can feel that the people aren't experienced and they try to test them. And I'm like, don't let them
My-
get away with it.
Well, my first horse was thoroughbred and quarter. His name was Shorty. He was 16 in one
A
hands.
thoroughbred named Shorty.
Yes,
I had
it
a
was pretty
thoroughbred
fun.
named Little Bit.
And he was one of those types
Is
of
that
horse.
like a tradition to name them
Yes,
opposite of their?
yeah.
I guess so.
It's ironic. And
My
well,
thoroughbred I have now is Obi.
this one he was my first horse I ever had.
Like Obi-Wan Kenobi?
yeah.
Exactly.
Are you a Star Wars fan?
Yeah, Princess Leia.
Oh, yeah? Is that who you are?
No, that's
Right.
Leia. Dog.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right. And what's the other one's name again?
Cash.
Cash.
I was going to say
Like
Colonel
Johnny Cash.
Sanders. Yeah.
Ah, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
He's going to Jackson.
Yeah.
You turn loose my collar. Sorry. So
So have you seen all the new ones? You like all of the Star Wars stuff?
I have seen all of them.
I
Do you have
think
any
the
of the
newer
like,
ones.
figurines and stuff?
I think the
the
fight
shields
scenes.
and
Look,
stuff?
now
We
correct
have
me if
the-
I'm wrong.
We have the Mandalorian Monopoly game though. It's fun.
Oh.
Now the Mandalorian is amazing.
We haven't
But-
watched that one.
But
movie
I
or the
will
but we
say,
watched all the regular ones.
Is
I
there
will
a
say the
movie or a
newer
show?
ones with Ray or whatever.
Yep, Ray.
The fight scenes in that suck. Compared to episode
We,
1, 2, and
we
3.
just watched those ones.
Yeah, and it's like
Are those-
Yeah.
Is it a series or
I'm gonna
a
fall
movie?
asleep watching those things.
The Mandalorian is a series. So is the Star Wars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the Mandalorian is actually, and it's actually Kanan.
Oh, with the little baby Yoda.
It's a canon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Baby
the baby
Yoda,
Yoda.
the child.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen.
I mean, it's not
part of one
Yoda. He's
show.
got a different name.
It's the
now.
child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have that Mandalorian Monopoly game, and I think that's one of our favorite Monopoly games to play. It is so fun.
Is that the baby that grows up to be Yoda?
No.
Or is it
No.
a
This,
different one?
no, the Mandalorian's set after Yoda.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the same species as Yoda.
The same.
These are all copywritten, copyrighted material we're talking about.
We can.
Well,
review
we
it.
can talk about it. We can review it. We're not saying anything negative about it except for the fight scenes in the new Skywalker movies.
Well, doing a regular series, like a regular episode on a show, is a lot more. You know what I mean? Because those, when you see a movie, those are
No, I'm talking about the movies.
oh
The new movies with that girl,
Ray.
Ray. The fight scenes in that are nothing compared to 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. I mean, you got to admit the fight scenes between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Maul were and with what's the-
Epic.
yes, super epic.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy, what's his name?
Which one? There's a lot of guys.
The guy that plays Obi-Wan. What is his name in real life?
You're waiting for somebody to chime in.
I think he's. Who is the guy that played Obi-Wan? See, all of our brains just kind of farted. Anyways,
It's morning.
they
Never works in the morning.
they were actually. I mean, those fight scenes.
They were good.
Yeah,
Mine's usually pretty good in the morning.
yeah. I mean, I know that Man, why can't he think of his name? There's two guys
don't know.
in the newer movies that's really in episode 1. He was in Taken. He plays in a lot of stuff. He's a Scottish actor. What is his name? I don't.
Oh my gosh.
I know
You're
you don't
making
know
my
who
brain
I.
think this
but
early in
I-
the morning.
I know you don't know who I am. What is it? He plays Rob Roy.
I know who you're talking about. I don't remember.
My brain is not working this morning either.
Yeah.
Nobody says.
So
The horse
called
talk comes
Google.
out more naturally.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. How many horses have you owned?
Well, we have 13 right now.
You have 13 horses at your house
Soon
right
to
now?
be 14. Yeah.
Soon to be 14.
So you guys are.
What kind of a field does it take to have that many horses?
Well, it's supposed to be 2 acres per horse, but we only have 13 acres, so we need a little bit more. That's why we're
Right.
looking for a new house.
So you,
Huh?
so
you and McGregor,
Yeah.
and then the other guy is. He's Scottish also.
so you supplement a lot
Yeah.
daily, yeah.
Yep. We have hay, brown bales, and lots of grain.
Liam
Now,
Neeson, thank you.
When you get a bigger place where you have the acreage for that many horses, then you don't have to supplement as much?
We still would do the half a scoop to a scoop of grain.
Same amount.
Yep.
Yeah.
Each
Yeah.
morning and night, but probably cut down the hay a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I
I've
mean,
noticed a lot of green in the fields. It seems like clover is growing.
Yeah. Clover makes the horses drool big time.
yes.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
And
But
are
they
the-
love it.
You take the bits out of their mouth and just a whole bunch of green stuff comes out, and it's like,
Oh, and it pours out, and it
Yeah,
pours
it
out of their
does.
mouth. It's like a waterfall of
My-
saliva coming out of
okay,
these
so
horses'
my
mouths.
horses like to put their heads on your shoulder and like just open up their mouths, and it's like,
In all
I just took
actuality,
a shower.
they're just using you as like a napkin.
Yeah, exactly.
So now the horses that are out at my mom's house now, they were okay. So those are the two of the funniest horses. Like I would go be feeding the other one. I give them treats, of course. You give them apple treats and stuff.
Yeah.
And they would be like trying to get in my pockets. They'd have their neck stretched out really far. It's
Oh
like-
yeah.
You've seen them, and like trying to nip like my gun. I mean, obviously they can't
They're
shoot
just
a gun.
inspecting
They
to
don't
see
have
what's
thumbs.
there because they think
They
might
think
be
I've got
something good.
treats there.
Well,
Yeah.
I always have like a little plastic bag in my pocket, like I actually have one in my barn pocket. But and whenever
You always
I
keep
was-
apple treats. You gotta have apple treats.
Yeah, exactly. And whenever I was giving Diamond her treat, Cleo, which is the baby that I think she was a 2019 out of one of my mom's horses.
2 years old.
I think so.
How old is that for a horse then?
19. 19's really old for a horse.
No,
It's
2.
like, oh, 2?
Didn't you say it was 2 years old?
Yeah, it's 2.
2 is like adolescence.
Oh.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 years old is usually green broke. Like
Now,
if
why
you've been
would you
training.
get a baby
We can
horse?
get-
Don't you have to break it and all that and
Yeah.
teach it?
That's part of the fun.
Well, yeah.
Not for me. I mean,
do the
I'm
round
scared to
pen
death of
and-
falling.
Well, actually, one of my horses I have, actually, 1, 2.
Do you break them yourself?
Yeah, I broke 1, 2.
Always from a foal, though, right?
It's best to start them out as a foal, but sometimes you get horses that are 10 years old and still haven't been broke, and that's when you just want to just leave them be.
Just let them.
I see a bunch of wagging tails in there. Over here.
There she is.
There's Leia.
She's beautiful.
She is so sweet.
Yes.
hi.
She's saying hi. These are emotional support animals, and they are amazing, amazing animals. They're so calm. If you get up and you walk around them, they hold completely still. Like you could step over them. And I can see old Steve O Mickey Mac staring at me,
There he
giggling
is.
out there.
We're coming up on time, aren't we?
We are coming up.
10
Well,
well, no, we got
no, we got 20. We got 25 minutes.
25
Yay.
minutes.
Nope, not 25. We got 50. I just wanted to make that weird noise with my face.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I've been at work all night, so I'm going to be goofy.
What
as
have you
always.
been doing lately?
Schoolwork.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Are you, is it hard to keep up with it now with all the school stuff that's going on? Or have you always been homeschooled?
I've been homeschooled since 5th grade, so that's ever since we moved here to Missouri.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, it's usually people that
I
aren't.
noticed by your expression, the smile just disappeared.
Well, you know,
There's
school.
always a smile.
School is not fun.
School.
You know why? Because you could be doing other stuff.
Wait, anything is fun in school except for the math.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That you're my spirit animal.
Well, because writing.
Math is not my
Writing's
forte.
important.
Exactly.
I do not do math. Jay is brilliant with math. He
No,
can do
I'm
the
not.
Corrigulum theorem and
You
all
know
this
what's
other. I don't even know if
the
I
only
said
thing,
that right.
The only thing that's great about me in math is that I'm willing to do it if it needs to be done. Not that I like it or I'm good
See,
at it.
I can do it if like I'm cooking or it's chemistry or anything, but if it's just math, geometry, algebra, no. But
What are
if it's
those
chemistry,
things? What are those?
math.
We got back onto horses? I don't know.
I
If
haven't
the
even-
horse's name is math.
Well, you say Appaloosa.
I haven't even figured out a name for my new foal yet.
You haven't?
I haven't.
Call
Have you tossed
egg
any
full
around?
young.
What?
I don't know.
When do you
Instead of
normally
egg
name
foo
a
young?
horse?
Egg full
Like
young.
after its character comes out, or
Well, we bred my buckskin mare to our paint stud, so I'm really hoping for a buckskin paint. And I like rare names.
Call
so
it
you
bucket.
bred
Bucket of
this
paint.
one's, you're not buying this one. It's gonna be born at your ranch.
Yeah.
Or
Farm. We
your
don't have
farm.
a ranch.
So you
really.
bred this horse yourself.
Yeah, and Cleo, the one that I was talking about,
The psychic.
She was, she was also born, actually in the stall that the same one Diamond's baby's gonna be born in. So,
So when they're born, you go out to the field and you get them and bring them into the pen.
well, we have them in like a little stall pen that has a
You have to
over-
help them.
yeah, sometimes, but most of the time they can just do it themselves. But if anything happens, you always want them in an enclosed area where you can get to them easily and help them in case they need
You don't
any
want to
help.
have to move them after they are in.
So that's y'all's job is that's you guys trade those horses and sell those horses too, right? Like,
We don't like to sell them because we get too attached to them.
but sometimes you have to.
Yeah,
But yeah, you
we
at
actually
least
have a couple horses that are for sale.
at least you guys can control
Where are
where they
they?
go and you
Yeah.
can meet the people. I'm pretty sure you don't sell them unless you meet the people. You're
Yeah,
not just going to have somebody
exactly.
come pick them up.
Yep.
They're probably worth way too much for that anyways.
Yeah.
So, because you got
Easily.
people that want to come out and ride the horses, so you're not going
Yeah.
to spend. Now there is a scam. There was a scammer going on out there
Mm-hmm.
where he was taking pictures and videos of someone else's horse that was actually for sale, and
Yeah, and posting it
posting
on his
it
own.
on his
Yep.
own. And someone would say, "Hey, we want to see the horse." You say, "Well, I can let you. I'm out of. But the horse is out of state. We can get the horse in there so you can ride them. The only thing you have to do is you have to pay for the gas to get him there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Never pay ahead of time unless you
never.
see the animal first.
Never. So you want to see and ride the animal.
Well, unless it's like a little animal, you don't want to ride it then.
I know, no, but you want to actually ride it for a long time too.
Yeah.
So that way, if they do
Take it on a short trail ride just to see what it'll do.
that, and it gives time for whatever.
Sedative to
If
wear
they
off.
have any
Yeah.
sedatives, they would wear
Yeah,
off.
Exactly.
I mean, they could get pretty dangerous because that
Yeah.
horse that I rode, and it was a big old paint.
That
And no, being someone who's just got back into it, I was like, no,
yeah.
I'm a scaredy cat. I don't want to fall off a horse.
See, in a lot of the races, they used to drug their horses a lot to keep them calm, and
What's a race?
like a horse race, like the
You know, where the
Kentucky-
horses run and see
Yeah.
which one can get to the finish line the fastest.
Yeah, well, around the track fastest.
They all have weird names.
Like my thoroughbred, her name was Obsession. Yep, she got first in her first race and third in her second. And then she was too calm and relaxed when she was going out to the field. So the guy was like, okay, she's for free. Somebody come take her.
What?
So that's how I got her. Yeah.
Oh. But then she won.
Obsession.
Obsession.
And then she went and won.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, she's too calm. I'm giving her away.
Yep.
And then you took her and she won.
Well, I didn't take her. This was like, so she's 4 or 5. Actually, in June she'll be 5, I think it is. And
Is she still racing?
no, she had an injury, and so they took her off the track. Yeah.
And are you the one that races her?
No.
Races the horses?
No,
So
I've
you-
never wanted to, but well, I've never.
Although you're small. Well, you're not as small as an actual
Actually, most jockeys are about my size.
So
Really?
it's a jockey type race?
But the horse is
Yeah.
so big, so they
So
look
you mean
like
the
little
ones
people.
around the big
Exactly.
oval, or the ones where they do barrels and hops and jumps? And,
Okay, so that's
What's the
okay. You're
difference?
doing completely different things. So the racing is around the oval, the track.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the. Yeah.
So barrel racing, poles, roping, that's all rodeo
Those are
stuff.
games. Yeah.
See, I
Yeah,
like that
like
better.
Gymkhana games and everything. I do a lot of that.
It's really hard to do those off of
And then-
a 16 in one hand thoroughbred, though.
Yeah.
I think it's more interesting to watch.
But jumping and dressage are also two completely different things.
Dressage.
Dressage.
That sounds very.
no,
I'm gonna train
False.
Obi to do that.
those races around the big oval, they
Mm-hmm.
have to do a certain type of gait, right? Or a stride.
They
or
just have to
whatever.
run.
Yeah,
That's all
they'll-
they have
Oh,
to
they
do.
can
That's
run
like an
however all out.
They just let the gates open and they just run.
And they usually hold them back a little bit.
Yeah,
what's the
until that
top
last
speed
turn,
of a
then you want to
horse?
let them go.
Yeah.
What's the horse's top speed in a race like that? Does anybody say?
Oh my
They get
gosh.
30, 45 miles an
Yeah,
hour.
they can go fast.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I would dig that, man.
It's.
It's pretty cool.
No, I was telling you about my Tennessee Walker,
Yeah.
Rosie. She had really long legs. Mm-hmm. And mom and dad, they have, foxtrotters. And we were all on that trail ride, and I think it was at Palm de Ridge. And there's that one big open field that that might have been at Barquet. No, I think it was Palm de Ridge. Anyways, there was this big open field on the way back. And mom and dad let their horses get into that gate,
Yep.
that walking
Yep.
gate. It's so smooth. And my horse was in there too. And then I was like, I wonder what's. No, her gait was super smooth. But then I just gave her the reins and let her, she switched from a fast walk to that gate. And
Yeah.
then whenever she realized she had her reins and I wanted to go, she switched gears, like 3 different gears from fast, faster, fastest, and like that.
Yeah.
I about flew backwards off of the saddle. Mom said that all she saw was a red streak with a blur going beside her, and that's back when I was over 300 pounds.
Wow.
So I was
How
a bit
many-
top heavy.
How many aspects are there to rodeo? So you say you've done the jumping and the barrels and all that?
I've practiced jumping at home. I'm starting to get really into it.
You gotta have a good form,
Yeah.
otherwise you end
really
up like
good.
Christopher Reeves.
You want to be safe, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to be safe, but there's like 3 or 4 different types of jumping as well. So there's competitive jumping. There's oh my goodness, the cross country jumping, and then there's also like cross country trails. There's a whole
Yeah, where
bunch
you have
of
to jump logs and
Yeah.
stuff and
Did you ever
streams.
do the
Tires.
lassoing, like when you race
Roping?
out? And have you
Roping?
done that?
I've practiced my roping, but I actually haven't roped a regular cow yet.
It's a lot harder than it looks.
It
They-
is.
It all seems.
We used to have a cow, and I was on the ground, but like he was acting up, and I healed him. I didn't mean to, but I healed him. So
That's where that's where you you
Yeah,
lasso
get the
the
two
back
back
foot.
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then you tie them together, right?
nope, that's calf tying.
That's calf tying.
In calf tying, you rope the cow, you flank them, and then you grab.
You flip them on their side.
Yep, and then you grab one of the front legs and both of the back legs and tie them. I've actually
Yeah.
done that before too,
Yeah.
and goat tying.
That's that's not bad. But yeah, no,
off a horse?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
jump off a horse.
you jump off the horse while
With the goat tying, you did that.
you lasso. You've seen it where they lasso the back 2 legs,
Right.
and then
No,
you
you don't lasso the back 2 legs.
You
That's
don't?
in heading and healing. That's in team roping.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I'm
okay.
thinking
But
of.
calf tying is where you just rope the head, and then
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay. And then in there where you
Now those ropes are really stiff too, right?
They
It's
are.
not like
They're-
a normal flimsy
they
rope.
take a lot of work to get them.
yeah.
Do you starch them or how do you do it?
They're just
But the
rope
horse,
a lot.
the horse knows once you hop off there. It's so cool. I mean, they
It
start
stops
to back
and it backs up. Yeah,
And
It's
basically,
so cool.
yeah, the horses are amazing.
I could watch rodeos all
Shorty
day.
was he was a roping horse before I got him, that thoroughbred.
Yeah.
So like he would get me up to it next to a gate
See-
so I could open it up and all kinds of stuff.
A lot of those rodeo horses are so used to all those big noises and everything.
But what can man do to me? That's my question.
The topic.
That's the name of the show today. That was the title.
That was the title of the show. What can man do to me?
Yeah, it was Psalm
Nothing.
118. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
You should be more afraid of the God who has control over your eternal soul.
Yeah.
And the reason I thought it was good that came up as far as like the scripture of the day, because, with the whole thing, everyone thinks that just because Joe Biden's president, the world's going to burn like on day number one. It's not. So it's all in God's hands. God's got a plan for everything. Nobody's in power that God doesn't allow. And God, it's in his hands.
Yes, we need to have cooler heads too.
Yeah.
And influence people for good, because media and politics really is in the forefront of people's minds right now in conversations. According to the media, it is. But
Yeah.
in the real public, it doesn't have to be that way. And
No.
it doesn't have to be the number one most important thing. And
Right.
it shouldn't be. It
Yeah.
really shouldn't be.
And you know what?
Our love for our Lord and our God, and our testimony of his existence and his being and part of our lives, that he is a good father, and that he did
He's
send
a
his son
good,
as a
good
sacrifice
father.
for us. Those are, yeah.
It's who you are. It's who you are, and I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. We did that one at church yesterday.
I love that song.
That is a great song. That's
Wow.
a wonderful song.
I
we
did
need
the
to
Old
do
Rugged
that.
Cross yesterday.
That's a
did
good
what?
song too.
The old rugged cross, yeah. Yeah.
On a hill far away. You probably sing it a pretty. I don't know. You've got
On
a.
a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross, where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown.
Wow.
Live video
That's
interrupted.
lovely. Oh,
Yeah, the peanut gallery. We actually have a peanut
Wow.
gallery now. So yeah, I don't know why it's interrupting. You know how that goes. Is that red or yellow? On there?
it's orange.
Ah,
Or yellow, I guess, I suppose.
Yellow.
It may have detected the song, but that should be in
No, it's
public domain, I
that'll
think.
be all right. We're back. We're back at it. We're back at it. No, that's a public domain song. That's,
Yeah.
that
Beautiful.
song's been around for so long, like over 50 years, I think.
Way
But
over 50.
it's time for us to get out of here.
It is. And so we should play the music, right?
Yeah, we can try. We can try. Let's see what we got here.
What was that?
That was me. Because I wanted to hear what the music sounds like.
Yep. It's working.
All right, so I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on the morning drive today. We'll be back on tomorrow. Same time, same channel. Be sure and tune in next for Brighter Living Live with Jaden Laborde as the guest. Sorry we took her for a little bit. And Steve O'Mickey Mac, your host. I'm pretty sure we're going to have her plugged up doing some music today. So until then, my friends, God bless you and keep you. We love you. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
I'm Jaden.
This has been The Morning Drive.